Hello there people and welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com. I'm Nick Yacobucci and our next review is the summer action film Salt. This movie opened around the country on Friday, July 23rd, 2010 and it features Academy Award winner Angelina Jolie, Liev Schreiber, I hope I get this one correct, Schweitel Ejiofor, and Andre Braugher. This film comes to us from director Philip Noyce. Philip Noyce directed more than a few action films throughout the 1990s, but in the last decade has either taken some time off or has been involved producing only small independent dramas. He now returns to the director's chair in a big-budget studio film being headlined by the most popular actress in the world. And how did they fare in this endeavor? We'll soon see. Well, all the posters say, who is Salt? Evelyn Salt is the title character and very mysterious woman portrayed by Angelina Jolie. She returns to the familiar ground of action, having starred in the Tomb Raider films and The Bone Collector, also directed by Philip Noyce. Evelyn Salt is a prisoner of war when the story opens 2 years ago, and she is emphatically denying any and all involvement with any kind of government agency to her captors. She is brutally beaten and tortured until she is saved in a swap. Government patrols, led by Liev Schreiber's Special Agent Tom Winter, exchange a foreign POW for our heroine Salt, and then we learn that her soon-to-be husband Mike Krause also played a major part in her release for never relenting till she had been returned to safety. We now come to the present, where Evelyn is working as an interrogator for a government branch, and she is brought in to try and extract information from a Russian operative. Then right in the middle of the discussion, he claims to have been set up by Evelyn Salt. Now because of this startling revelation, she is in turn held in a room, and while her superiors decide their correct course of action, she begins an escape from the facility in a truly fantastic sequence of action featuring MacGyver-made pipe bombs, ledge walking, and leaps from moving semis across highway underpasses. You also learn that, I don't know if you guys can believe this, but there's a mole in the unit. And obviously she is the prime and only suspect. After some of her own research, she figures out that she is the patsy in a plot to assassinate the visiting Russian president, which would also create an almost irreparable international situation. On top of all this, her own husband is also a victim being held prisoner by a league of secret high-level spies. Then you add to the mix double and triple agents, and you've got the recipe for a non-stop, in-your-face adventure story that never seems to relent, all the time delivering a quality movie on the whole. Now, people, I'll start with our lead, Angelina Jolie, who I'm convinced is the female Matt Damon. She only makes quality films and always works with the best directors. Even in straight action movies such as Salt, Angelina is so convincing as an actor that she takes what would be an average project for some and just propels it to the next level. She is one of the most talented females in Hollywood and proves once again why. I also found out that this film was actually written for a guy to play. Then after she expressed interest in the movie, it was completely overhauled and rewritten in order for it to be a starring vehicle for Angelina. That's really kind of funny to me because I believe that one major reason that the movie works so well in the first place is because the title character is female and not male. If it would have been Tom Cruise or say Bruce Willis, it would have been the same old story. But changing it to a heroine added a breath of fresh air to a story that we've seen many times before. Now people, I was a little scared going in because in my opinion director Philip Noyce usually directs movies that I always feel could have been a little bit better. He has helmed films such as Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games, and Val Kilmer in The Saint. All of these mentioned totally fit the category of just being okay films, and I wouldn't classify any of them as a standout or exceptional movie. However, this film Salt is a brilliant action picture that still manages to be smart, and rarely does it ever slow down once it begins. This movie just keeps coming and coming, and if you get bored watching this one, give up because they haven't made your movie yet. There are just a few spots in this movie where it really pushes the suspension of disbelief, but it is a very solid and incredible film. It is a straight cat-and-mouse chase movie, and it is completely entertaining throughout. It is quite comparable to The Fugitive in the idea that they are both exceptional thrillers, but it does fall short a little bit when putting it in that company. This is well worth your time and money and one of the more fun times that I've had at the theater this summer. 3 stars out of 4, and remember people, I'm not always right, only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.